We asked the authors of The Public School Advantage why public schools outperform private schools. Does competition improve public schools?
Well, there's an underlying question there about, is public education a market or a commodity type of good, or is it a public good? We don't choose our fire department or our police department. We don't talk about competition with those types of things. So is public education more like that, or is it more like a business and that people should choose and businesses should compete? So with these data, we looked at two different sectors: the public sector, which in some places there are elements of choice within the public sector and competition, but also the private sector, which is based on choice. Nobody's forced to go to a private school. Families have to choose those, and a lot of those schools do have to compete in order to stay in operation. And when we look at those two sectors, we see that there's some differences between their effectiveness, which really make you call into question the assumption that more competition is necessary in public education.
Well, the competition is resting on the assumption that parents can recognize an effective school when they see one, but they tend to look for things like uniforms or
the race of the students.
Yes, and so it's questionable whether that type of competition really spurs the type of instructional strategies that lead to the greatest achievement.
And going outside this book, I mean, other research that I've done and that other people have done also see some negative effects from competition, where schools compete often by excluding students, and that's very much antithetical to the idea of public education.